Hello everyone, welcome to Zero Escape 999. It's been a while. I got caught up in the Ace Attorney nonsense. We're here in outside of that storage room. So let's see what we got.
Let's check it out.
Oops, novel mode. I need that novel mode. Get me back
We've
in that
seen
novel.
this elevator before.
Have we?
We got off the one on the left just a little while ago.
Oh, this is the one me and June went to. The other side.
Then we went through the number 6 door, and that took us to the engine room.
Yep.
Yes, and after that we passed through the cargo room.
And now we're back here.
In other words, we made a loop. We're back where we started.
Junpei approached the elevator.
We needed a card to get to this point.
I don't see a card reader here.
Perhaps we aren't able to activate it from this location.
Why don't you just try pushing the button?
Yeah.
Good idea. Come on, boys. Gently, he pushed the triangular button on the wall. And a moment passed. Okay, it looks like the elevator hasn't slain us all yet.
It works.
Okay. The elevator door opened and then eventually shut again.
I think so.
Pushing the button had apparently restored power to the elevator.
Good. Now we can go back if we need to.
What do we do? Should we return to C deck?
No, this hallway keeps going. Even if we do end up going back, I think we should see what's down there first.
Okay.
I agree. Let's go.
Can you show me what it looks like? Their decision made, Junpei and his companions left the elevators behind and continued down the hallway. Okay. Sometime
It
later,
ends here.
Santa, who had been walking several paces in front of the rest, suddenly stopped.
Only one door.
Just one? They searched around, just in case.
There isn't anything else. It's the only way to go.
This door looks special. It was the door, or nothing.
All right, let's open it.
Junpei took a deep breath, readied himself, then grabbed the doorknob and opened the door. It says pull the door open, but he pushed the door forward. Oh, wait, what? He paused for a moment, then stepped through into the room. And there he saw the number that had hung over their heads since they woke up. 9 door! The 9.
The 9 door.
Like the numbers on every other door, this one too was a rough shape made of red paint. Its door was set into the back wall of the room. Junpei leapt toward it with a sudden burst of hopeful energy. It was a large, double door, heavy and full of solemn importance. He grabbed the door handle and shook.
Of course it wouldn't be that easy.
Of course, come on. How many doors have we gotten through? You need to access that. Look! The red sat on the wall next to the door. And displayed on it.
Vacant. Huh. We finally found it.
Junpei felt himself overwhelmed by a torrent of emotion. At last they'd found the exit, but cold gripped his heart, and he knew all too well why. As he stood frozen, unsure of what to think or feel.
Jumpy!
Huh?
Look! Behind you!
Uh-oh. He spun around. Who's here? And couldn't believe what he saw.
What? A 9 door. There's another one.
Well, what?
Why?
Junpei's voice was barely audible, even to himself. He stumbled toward the second door as if somehow compelled. It was a small single door. Wait, so there's 2 doors that has 9? Do we even have enough people for that? I don't think so. It sat in the starboard corner of the room, on the same wall as the door they'd entered from, but in the opposite corner.
It's 9, no matter how you look at it. The red is there too. So this is a real one?
Junpei shook the door handle pointlessly and muttered to himself.
Why the hell are there 2 doors?
It was Santa who answered.
There were always 2 doors.
And how'd you know that?
I mean, if you think about it, Zero never actually said there was only one door with a 9 on it.
Yeah, he didn't say anything like that.
It is hidden, but an exit can be found.
Seek a way
Seek
out.
a way out. Seek a door that carries a 9.
Wow, he tricked us.
Of course, we just assumed that there was only one.
And he did say, your goal is to live or to survive. And yet we're over here killing each other. Like,
After all, why would there be more than one?
Oh, man.
jeez.
We fell for it. There are 2 doors. That means that all 9 people who had met at the central staircase could escape. No one would be left behind. Now it makes sense why the bracelets are numbers, 1 through 9. Divided into teams of 4 and 5 people. The digital root of both teams ends up being 9.
Wait, what? Are you serious?
Take 1, 2, 7, 8 and 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 for example. The digital root for both teams would be 9.
Oh, I was right. If everyone survived, we could get out of here.
Or 2, 3, 4, 9 and 1, 5, 6, 7, 8. The digital root is still 9. There are a bunch of combinations that work and they all end up the same way. If one team has the digital root of 9, so would the other one. What does that mean? The answer's simple. From the very beginning, the NOOOOOO game was designed to save all 9 people. That's how it was meant to be.
Wow. So are we like
Zero didn't lie.
are we a bunch of like geniuses that they wanted to preserve or something?
He never said there'd be only one 9 door. But anyone who'd found themselves in the game would have assumed that was the case. Fights would have broken out. One team would likely betray or deceive the other. Someone might be hurt.
Or killed?
Someone might get killed. But eventually, they'd reach this very same room and realize how pointless all their infighting was.
Oh.
There were 2 doors. There was no need to kill each other.
Oh. They'd understand and be appalled, overwhelmed with guilt at what they'd done. So now, instead of us leaving alive, now we have to sacrifice more people.
This game
Excellent.
was designed for that purpose.
Excellent.
This NOOOOOO game. We were all arguing and fighting over doors at the beginning. But if there had been one slip-up, one tiny mistake that led to more, everything could have been so much worse now.
The thought of it sent a chill down his spine.
So, what are we going to do, Junpei?
A voice broke through Junpei's frantic thoughts. Santa's voice.
Oh, right.
Hey, keep it together, man.
Sorry.
Jeez. So what do we do?
What do you...
We need to think about our next step.
We do?
Our numbers are 1, 3, 5, and 6. That's a digital root of 6.
11, and then you have 14, 15, 1 plus 5, 6.
The
Okay.
4 of us can't open the number 9 door.
Yes, we cannot.
The 4. Wait. Don't tell me.
Yep. There's one combination that'll let 3 of us open the 9 door. That's why I'm asking, what now?
Oh dear.
What now?
Don't make me choose. Don't make me choose. It took him no time at all to determine the answer. There was only one combination of 3 people that would give a digital root of 9. 1 plus 3 plus 5. So Ace plus Santa plus me equals 9. That would mean we throw June off.
No, we gotta go back.
That wasn't a possibility he was willing to consider. Santa and Ace agreed.
Yep.
I agree. We cannot leave June behind.
Junpei let out a breath he hadn't realized he'd been holding.
Are you sure?
No, are you sure? You want to stay down here?
I don't mind staying.
What? June's body betrayed her true feelings. Her eyes were wet with the beginnings of tears, and her legs shook. First of all, if they had games down here, I don't mind staying. All I need is games and food. That's it. You know, you don't even have to give me television. I don't watch TV. Just give me games, bruh.
It's okay. There's no way we'd leave you behind.
Santa had said what Junpei had known the moment he realized which 3 people could go through the door.
Besides, I'd rather drown at the bottom of the ocean than escape with this sausage fest. Maybe I'll get to go to Atlanta.
Atlantis.
Are you sure you don't mean Atlantis?
Atlantis. Come on, Junpei.
Huh?
You embarrassed yourself.
Oh, right.
The laugh of a crazy person. Perhaps it was the sudden reassurance that no one wanted to leave June behind, but Junpei laughed harder than he had in some time. Santa and Ace smiled.
You guys.
We entered as a team, we leave as a team. June blinked tears from her eyes and bit her lip. She didn't seem to know what else to say.
Very well. Best we head back to C-Deck then. We should be able to take the elevator we passed earlier.
I still don't doubt that everyone here is some cold-blooded killer.
Perhaps
Hiding.
Clover, Seven, and Lotus will have returned from door 1.
Even as Ace spoke, they knew fighting the others wouldn't improve the situation. In the end, we're gonna need to think about who to sacrifice.
But even with all 7 of us,
Ace knew it. They all knew it.
Standing around here isn't going to accomplish anything, don't you agree? Let's find the other 3 first, and then search for another solution.
I guess you're right.
All right, let's go.
Ace looked at all 3 of them, then turned and headed through the door.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Santa and June followed. Huh. Junpei started toward the door, and then stopped.
Come to think of it, what is this room?
It can't be the exit. It's literally in the very bottom of the ship, right? It didn't seem terribly important now, but what exactly was it?
We were so focused on the doors, we didn't even look around.
True. This was like a church, a chapel. A red carpet ran between 2 columns of wooden benches, then ran the length of the room.
It looks like it's set up for some kind of ceremony.
True. What is that symbol beside the door?
But what kind?
Kind of ceremony. Facing the 9 door was the carpet leading to the bow of the ship. And at the end, what is that? Was it an altar, perhaps? There was a small rectangular alcove at the end of the carpet, and inside the alcove was a raised platform. Resting on top of the platform was a coffin.
A coffin? What on earth is a coffin doing in a place like this?
But before Junpei had time to answer that question,
Hey, Junpei, the hell are you doing? Let's move.
there was a keypad on that coffin. That's weird. Santa's voice echoed in from the hall outside. Come on, man. All these people revving up some, 2002 car. Stop that. Stop this nonsense. It bothers the neighborhood.
Right, okay. I'll be right there.
Junpei turned on his heel and left the quiet, somber room. Someone's inside. Who's inside? Who are we missing? Ace? No, not Ace. Snake is dead. Clover's alive. Everyone's alive. Who's that? Oh my gosh. Is that Alice? I don't know. This game is interesting. They took the elevator up to C-Deck. And once there, they headed back towards the main hall and then the central staircase. It didn't take them long.
Look, it's...
Seven and Lotus.
They didn't look happy.
We've got a problem.
Oh, yes, sir, we do.
Clover is gone.
What?
You guys killed her? Junpei and his three companions looked at one another. He turned back to Seven and Lotus. What are y'all planning?
What do you mean, gone?
Santa, Ace, and June had their own questions to ask.
When?
Why?
You two went into door 1 with Clover, didn't you?
And you're saying only two of you left? Sus. Seven and Lotus responded as best as they could.
Yeah, we went through the door together.
But
Yes?
Clover barely spoke to us.
She just did her own thing the whole time.
There were 4 rooms on the other side of door 1.
4 rooms?
She wouldn't let us into the 4th room.
She just said, I'll take care of this one.
And shut the door.
Okay.
She must have blocked it with something on the other side.
Okay.
Waited for a while, but Clover didn't come out.
Clover and Snake are the most sus people, bro.
We called for her, but she didn't answer.
So I kicked down the door and we went into the room.
But
Was she dead?
It was empty.
Oh.
Clover wasn't there.
There was a door on the other wall.
And it was open.
We figure she opened the door and left by herself.
Oh, wow. So Clover might be in that coffin?
We ran after her, of course, but
Well, obviously we didn't find her. You figured that much out.
Clover's gone.
Junpei thought for a moment.
When did this happen?
We got here just before you.
You certainly have excellent timing.
So you haven't searched anywhere other than near the staircase?
No, we haven't.
Finally, Ace spoke. His voice had an edge of resolve and concern.
Very well then. We'd best separate and look for Clover. We haven't much time left. Let's begin.
Yeah.
There were quick nods all around, and the 6 remaining players spread out. Okay. Junpei and June ran into the central hospital room and looked around.
She's not here.
No, she isn't.
They searched a little longer, but with no luck. They couldn't find Clover.
There's no sign of her. Let's go.
Where could she be? Finally, they gave up and left the central hospital room. She's gotta be in the coffin. Slowly, they made their way back to the hallway. At last, they reached the stairs and Junpei spoke.
All right. I'm thinking we should probably split up. I'll head back to the stairs and take the elevator down to E deck.
I think that's a bad idea. Let's not split up any further. Please.
June, you can take the stairs up to B deck.
Please, please, please. June, please say no. Please say no.
All right, that sounds good.
Oh, no.
But,
What?
could you stop calling me by that code name when we're alone?
June?
Huh? Sure, right. I'll do that.
Sure. Isn't her name Akane? There was a reason Junpei persisted in calling her June, even when they were alone. Although, perhaps not the best reason. He was embarrassed to call her by the nickname he'd used when they were children. Kani? Oh, because Akane? Kani? It works in English. I don't know if that works in Japanese. 9 years ago, it came naturally, after all. They were children. But now that they were adults, it felt strange. What is this music? But now they were adults, it felt strange. Regardless of what he might hope for, to call a woman he wasn't dating by such a childish nickname felt odd to him. Of course, to call her Miss Kurashiki would be even more awkward, and simply Kurashiki would seem a little brusque. And although he couldn't put his finger on why, it felt somewhat forward to call her Akane when they hadn't seen one another for so long. In short, it was simply easier for him to call her June and leave it at that.
Jumpy.
No, it's nothing.
All right, I'm going then.
Okay.
Yeah, be careful, Kane.
Connie. June, or perhaps more appropriately, Connie, blushed and smiled, That sounds so weird. It just doesn't roll off the tongue properly.
You be careful too, Jumpy.
Connie.
Yeah, got it. Take care.
Junpei looked after her for a moment as she ran up the stairs, then turned around and took off for the hallway. Okay, so Junpei looked after her. Okay. I better not find her dead. Swear. Stairs. Central stairs. Elevator. Oh, this is... Rising action? Where are we going? Tragedy always strikes when one least expects it. But to wait for a man to stand before striking him down seems almost crueler than dealing the fatal blow while he lies on the ground. A light in a dark place, June's smile had given him hope, both for escape and possibly for something else. It was that hope that raised his spirits just enough that they might soon be fully dashed. He opened the elevator door and there she was. A woman sat slouched against the wall. Oh, she died. How did June die? How? Oh, it's Lotus. Junpei felt his blood turn to ice. How did she die? Her body was limp and her skin smooth and pale as always. Lotus, what happened? She was covered in bright red blood. Junpei felt his chest constrict. He couldn't breathe and his legs began to shake. A slow, cold drop of sweat trickled down his back. He felt his stomach somersault. Junpei's mind went blank, all his thoughts replaced with endless, hissing white. Driven by little more than instinct, he began to walk toward Lotus, slowly. Each slow movement of his stiff limbs brought him closer to her corpse. Finally, he stood next to her. Robotically, he bent down and put his hand against her neck. There was no pulse, no rise and fall of breathing. She was slightly warm. Something, somewhere in Junpei's shaken mind, told him that meant she had been killed recently. Yes, Junpei thought, his mind slowly returning, she had been killed. Alright. Why would this killing happen? I have one motive. Because we know about the 9-door thing. Me, June, Ace, and Santa. Only 4 of us could have been the killer. I'm betting it's Ace or Santa. Because June went upstairs. We went downstairs. All the way to the bottom of the ship. And there she is. I would say it's either Ace or Santa. Someone had killed her. There was a deep cut on the left side of her chest. Blood still oozed from it, although clearly her heart had stopped beating some time ago. The weapon had been a knife then? Perhaps she had been stabbed in the heart once. She would have died immediately. He took little comfort from knowing she must have suffered very little. Or it was Clover. She was still alive, or she found her, you know? Only then did Junpei notice. Lotus's bracelet was gone. Someone stealing bracelets. Oh, wow.
Let's discuss how to remove the bracelets. 1. You escape from this ship.
I knew it. I think I made a theory in the first or second episode where you could just steal the bracelets.
2. Your heart rate, which is 0. In other words, once the bracelet is taken outside the confines of the ship, or detects that the wearer's heartbeat has fallen to 0, it will shut down automatically.
Was that why the killer had ended Lotus's life? And number 8 is a pretty big number. You could use 8 in anywhere. So that they might have the number 8 bracelet. If that was true, then the killer was whoever wanted the number 8 bracelet. Or perhaps more accurately, the person who would gain the most by obtaining bracelet number 8. So 8. Hold on, let's try Snake and Clover. So that's 2 and 4. So that's 6 plus 8. Nah, it doesn't work. Who is that? Who would benefit the most from the number 8 bracelet? The lowest numbers. The thought only just entered Junpei's mind when... What? He heard a noise. A sound like a sharp knife cutting through wet meat. He died? It struck him as strange that the noise came from inside his own body. A moment later, the pain hit him. It wasn't merely pain, there was heat, extreme heat as well. He felt as though molten iron had been splashed against the side of his body. Finally, his brain made the connection. He had been stabbed. But where? His body was quickly going numb. He couldn't tell where the knife had met his flesh. Given the circumstances, however, he had mostly likely been stabbed in the back. Whoever had killed Lotus had now done the same to Junpei as well. His voice was little more than a weak groan. With what little strength he had left, Junpei turned his body, trying to catch a glimpse of his attacker. Did they just like slice my eyes off? But as he did, the knife dug itself in deeper, twisting viciously. Come on, who's the killer? He collapsed to the floor, a puppet without his strings. And his arms and legs lay where they fell, oddly twisted and awkwardly positioned. Junpei's body was entirely numb. He could feel the blood leaking out of him, but nothing would move. Nothing save his eyes. As he lay on the floor, his life ebbing away, Junpei finally saw his attacker. 2 tiny images of the killer. 2 of them? Reflected in his eyes. With that recognition came nothing. He felt no emotions. Not anger, not sadness, not regret. The paralysis that had claimed his body had reached his mind. His killer glanced down at his body. Who are you? Clover? Junpei? Who is it? June? Junpei, who is it? Then, without a word, climbed into the elevator and was gone. His eyesight began to fade. The world grew blurry and began to dissolve into an empty white fog. The fog crept into the edges of his mind and worked inexorably inward. Soon, it swallowed up the last that remained of Junpei's mind, and his consciousness left him. There was nothing more. Into utter emptiness he fell. Into zero. Whatever Junpei had been was gone. Huh? Hello? I didn't make a single choice. I made a bad end, but this whole episode I didn't choose a single option. What happened? What happened? Who the hell killed me? Who would do such a thing? You have reached one ending. This game has multiple endings. In order to experience all the endings, you need to play through the game multiple times. Oh, shucks. Make sure to save your progress now to return all information you've acquired. Memory of escape has been added to the title screen. Memory of escape enables you to replay the escape rooms you have completed. Oh, dear me. I'm gonna save slot 1 again, okay, guys? Because we're gonna go back to the beginning. Oh, wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 endings? What? Hold up. That's locked? The left side is locked? So I have to play that, go the other way. Okay, guys, I'm gonna have to like figure out what to do. Alright, thank you for that. Oh, so it's back to the prologue. It's how it is. I mean, we already know this puzzle, so. Alright, guys, I think I'm gonna end the episode here, and we'll try to explore the other endings in the next episode or something. I'm quite confused. I mean, simple, but I'm confused at the same time. So we took June with us. I remembered we split in that room, the decision room, when 9 exploded. Okay, so I'll go to the other room then. Okay. All right. We'll explore that side in the next episode, guys. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.